Good morning, everyone.
Namaskar, sir.
Morning, sir.
Namaskar.
The chief guest again.
Morning, Mr. Agrawal.
Good morning, sir.
Welcome to our virtual platform.
Yes, thank you so much. I'm very honored to be here.
Thank you. So I think we should start the program now.
Sure.
Esteemed Chief Guest, Mr. Namit Agrawal, Managing Consultant, IBM Institute for Business Value, IBM. Dr. Upinder Dhar, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Shri Vaishnav Vidyapeeth Vishwavidyalaya, Indore. Respected dignitaries, judges, heads of various institutes and departments of Shri Vaishnav Vidyapeeth Vishwavidyalaya, Indore. Delegates, colleagues, participants from various universities and all students who are present on this digital platform today. A warm welcome to the inaugural session of the national level project competition NAVARACHANA 2022. To mark the beginning of the event and to invoke the blessings of Ma Saraswati, may I now request the technical team to please play the virtual lighting of lamp and Saraswati Vandana AV.
या बुंदेन्दु तुषार हार धवला या शुभ्रवस्त्रावृता या वीणावरदण्डमण्डितकरा या श्वेतपद्मासना या ब्रह्माच्युतशङ्कर प्रभृतिभिः देवै सदा वन्दिता सा मां पातु सरस्वती भगवती निःशेषजाड्यापहा.
Thank you. I now request Dr. Upinder Dhar to please welcome the chief guest, Mr. Namit Agrawal, with a virtual bouquet. Thank you, sir. To know more about the objectives of organizing the 6th National Level Project Competition, NAVARACHANA 2022, on the major themes that include Digital India, Make in India, Skill India, Smart City, Swachh Bharat Mission, National Health Mission, Startup India, and General Category, may I now have the pleasure of inviting Mrs. Rupali Bhartiya, Coordinator, NAVARACHANA 2022, for her address.
Thank you, ma'am. Good morning to Chief Guest of the inaugural ceremony, Mr. Namit Agrawal, Honorable Vice Chancellor of University, Dr. Upinder Dhar, and other dignitaries. NAVARACHANA 2022 is the 6th national project competition organized by Shri Vaishnav Vidyapeeth Vishwavidyalaya, Indore. Objective of NAVARACHANA 2022 is to provide an opportunity to the students to showcase their ideas and implementations as a cherishing outcome in the contribution to the nation's stream of government programs. This year, in this competition, there are 8 number of themes: Digital India, Make in India, Skill India, Smart City, Swachh Bharat Mission, National Health Mission, Startup India, and General Category. NAVARACHANA is organized in association with IEEE Madhya Pradesh section, IBM, TCS, and Universal Informatics. This competition will be in online mode, where participants have to present their innovative ideas and projects under various themes, and their judgment will be on the basis of their creativity, scientific thoughts, and their implementation to the real world. This platform of competition brings together all the collective efforts of students guided by their mentors, as well as organizations towards a national mission with the help of technology. As we all know that democracy with people's participation is the biggest need in this huge country like India, and it has become easily possible due to technology. The Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, which is going on today, is a good example of public participation And the city of Indore has proved this participation by being the #1 cleanest city of India. After the pandemic, we all have understood the power of technology and digital world. Being a responsible citizen, youths are the future of the nation, and it's a responsibility to contribute efforts and skills in this direction. And this digital transformation has made it possible to participate all these youths on the national virtual platform for this competition. That is why in this year, in NAVARACHANA 2022, we get huge participation response from 24 different colleges and universities situated in 11 different states of India, like Delhi, Jammu and Kashmir, Karnataka, Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, Odisha, Rajasthan, Tamil Nadu, Uttar Pradesh, Uttarakhand, and West Bengal. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am proud to present National Level Project Competition NAVARACHANA 2022 and welcome you all to share your innovative thoughts on this technological platform. And this will definitely going to culture us and educate us. With this, I wish all the participants best wishes for the competition and thanks to all the mentors and parents to encourage them to build the nation. Jai Hind. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. We are all looking forward to have a rich experience in NAVARACHANA 2022. Atithi Devo Bhava, meaning guest is our God, and to offer a warm welcome to this august galaxy of dignitaries and guests, may I now request our dynamic, versatile mentor, Dr. Upinder Dhar, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Shri Vaishnav Vidyapeeth Vishwavidyalaya, to deliver the welcome address. Honorable Vice Chancellor.
Chief guest on this occasion, Mr. Namit Gupta from IBM, faculty colleagues, directors of various constituent institutes, guests, and my dear student delegates, all those who are participating in NAVARACHANA 2022. We believe that education in any way cannot be complete if we restrict ourselves to four walls of the classroom. It is necessary to go beyond classrooms and empower the students with the abilities to do what they want to do and realize the importance of an idea. With this thought, we started Anveshan in 2016 for the students studying in the schools. And the response was very good. It was a contest of the projects that students do in schools based on science and technology. Seeing the response and seeing the interest, the first generation, we felt that, well, similar exercise needs to be done to students who are in higher education, that means colleges and universities. Therefore, in 2017, we started this NAVARACHANA, which is basically a contest of the projects which are technology driven. We have seen over the period of time that how technology can change the environment, how technology can upgrade the quality of life. And COVID has taught us many lessons. And during COVID also, we have observed that technology has come to our rescue. Therefore, the importance of technology has increased. So in NAVARACHANA, focus has always been on the technology-driven projects so that students can work on an idea and convert that idea into a project. Project method, in fact, is an established method of teaching. It precipitates effective teaching learning process. Because in project method, it is not this teacher or faculty who is in the center, but it is the student who is in the center and fully empowered to implement the idea, to see how it works under the supervision of a mentor who is normally a teacher. So last 5 NAVARACHANA, That means Navarachana we did in 17, 18, 19, 20, even 21 last year also. So we have seen that it is very enthusiastic. The students are very enthusiastic while participating in these contests. Intention is not simply to have a contest. Intention is that students get an opportunity to network. Students get an opportunity to understand the importance of teamwork. Students get an opportunity to lead, particularly team leadership. They get an opportunity to learn the application of technology. So with all these benefits that we see in Navarachana 2022 has been was announced, and as Rupali has already mentioned, there was a very overwhelming response, and we are happy to see large number of students with us today for this contest. I am very much confident that these projects which will be presented during this contest during Navarachana 2022 will bring a lot of learning for all the students. Learning does not come only to those students who are doing a project or presenting a project. Learning goes also to gets transferred to all the students who are participating. Even I would say many times to all of us as teachers, learning does not end with formal education. Learning continues. And today we talk about lifelong learning. So we have to keep on learning. So I'm sure that we as teachers will also learn in Navarachana 2022, and it will be a very enriching exercise for everybody, because this kind of contest brings people together and gives an opportunity to even make lifelong friendships. So with these words, I wish everybody happy learning, and I'm sure that is going to be an accelerating experience like previous Navarachanas. So with these words, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your words of wisdom. Today, we are privileged to have with us Mr. Namit Agrawal as chief guest on this occasion. Before inviting Mr. Namit Agrawal, I have the pleasure to share his introduction with the audience. Mr. Namit Agrawal is Managing Consultant, IBM Consulting, and is part of IBM Institute for Business Value, IBV, the thought leadership arm of IBM. Mr. Namit Agrawal supports several global research studies of strategic importance and is responsible for coordination of several research initiatives across Asia Pacific. He possesses nearly 16 years of rich strategy consulting experience. Prior to IBM, Mr. Namit worked as part of the strategy consulting team in IBM India, South Asia Geo, and has played key role on issues such as growth and market entry strategy, competitiveness assessment, and process transformation across diverse industries. Now, I invite Mr. Namit Agrawal to enlighten us with his words of wisdom.
Thank you, Ms. Anmu, and thank you, everyone. Honorable Dr. Dhar, respected directors, esteemed members of the faculty, hardworking members of the organizing committee, and dear students, whoever are there right now on the platform. An investment in knowledge, they say, pays the best interest, said Benjamin Franklin. What this means is that however much does educating oneself cost in terms of money or in terms of time, it is one of the best investments as far as the future returns from it are concerned. And the returns are not merely monetary in nature. There is much more to it. First of all, I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude for being bestowed upon this wonderful opportunity to represent my organization, IBM India Limited, and join you all today for this grand event, the 6th edition of Navarachana 2022. I feel very honored because of getting this opportunity, and I'm very happy that Dr. Dhar shared some things that resonated well with me as well personally. SBVV has had a long-standing partnership with IBM, running specialized educational programs, which have already helped several students chart out career paths in the fields of their choice. These specialized courses are developed considering not just today's skills, but also keeping in view the future skill requirements of the industry. So SMEs with extensive knowledge in their respective domains work with the university faculty together to develop these courses, which are being taught jointly by SBVV and IBM. Now, coming back to the event, and we move back in time, circa 2000. I might also would be one of the students sitting where you are and competing neck to neck with you for the grand prize. And at first, I would be supporting one, as Dr. Dhar also said, right? At first, I would be supporting one or several of my buddies as a participant, or be just one of the members of the organizing team, or would be just a bystander, or looking at it from at a distance. But I think learning never ends, as Dr. Dhar said. I would that's why I said I would resonate with that. At this juncture, I must say that these moments being in the university are very special and are sort of magical, to say the least. And as I look back today, that special feeling of being in the university never seems to fade away because of the learning. On this note, firstly, I will briefly touch upon my career and life, and thanks, Ms. Anu, she talked at length about me. But, I consider myself to be lucky and proud enough to be born and brought up in Sanskar Dhani or Jabalpur in the eastern part of MP. So I very much belong there where you are present right now. I completed my schooling from St. Aloysius Senior Secondary School, Jabalpur, and was able to secure a decent MPPET rank at that time. The rank landed me in a different state altogether, Punjab, and I opted for a BTech in Electronics and Communication Engineering in the erstwhile REC, now NIT Jalandhar in Punjab. It was a sprawling campus with multiple specialities and state-of-the-art facilities. We got out of the campus barely a few months after the Y2K crisis and the 9/11 crisis had hit the world. It was quite a terrible time for us freshers getting jobs as businesses were struggling amidst the rampant slowing down activity of the the economic activity at that point. After a brief struggle, I landed myself, I would say, a decent job at one of the world's best acoustics company, Bose Corporation. And I still feel that they are perhaps one of the best makers of speakers in the world today. I was employed as a design engineer there, and my role included interfacing with multiple functions across the organization, like sales, marketing, finance, operations, etc. Eventually, I became overawed with the latest technologies of that time. And my stint at Bose was quite brief, maybe just over a year and a half, but I absorbed quite a bit. Then I went on to pursue a master's in international business from IMT Ghaziabad. My stint at Bose immensely helped me understand new and interesting subjects from business domain that were completely new to me. From IMT campus, I landed a dream job at a boutique consulting firm, Avalon Consulting. I joined their Delhi office and worked for over 5 years with them across diverse areas in strategy and management consulting. I was lucky to get a fantastic cross-industry, cross-discipline kind of an experience from exciting, the assignments ranged from exciting market entry strategies for international clients to performance improvement or process improvement kind of engagements, and even implementation of, the strategy work that we would do with them. So that was like, the icing on the cake. And that was my first brush at dealing with the top executives in several large businesses across India. And of course, even globally. From Avalon, I moved on to IBM, where I was directly exposed to how technology benefits businesses and how it could make the world better. I have been IBM for over a decade now and have a rich experience of working on and managing projects in India and also interfacing with global teams across projects. I kind of, deep dive into what I've done in the past because I would like to, look back and reflect. And I would like to take this opportunity today to talk about the takeaways from my university life, engineering, as well as the business school. I have tried to compress these learnings into 3 different themes across both personal as well as professional lives. And I hope I am able to do justice in terms of expressing them so that it is easy for you to recall as students. Let us first explore the outcomes of university life, the obvious outcomes that drive success in the real world, right? When you get out of SVVB, most of you will either land in a professional role in one of the several fantastic organizations out there, or might turn great entrepreneurs and build fantastic startups yourself. Personally, for me, my first job at Bose was the first practical experience of what sense of achievement means, something one is able to achieve on our own and get recognized for. Whatever financial or other achievements one gets while one sweats and toils, doing one's work with complete ownership is unparalleled. Perhaps that was the reason why I was overjoyed to have received the much coveted Bose Essence and Values Award for demonstrating passion at workplace. The second immediate benefit or outcome of a university education is the skills and capabilities you develop. For example, problem solving is one of the most important skills one can develop while at a university or college. Education, and more so professional education, opens or develops and prepares one to assume or take on the larger role in our careers. For example, the projects that you all will showcase in the next couple of days during NAVARACHANA are nothing but your approach to solving one or the other real-world problems. Breaking out these bigger, more complex, challenging real-world problems by turning them into smaller, bite-sized chunks or projects, as we are calling them, is imperative for us to solve the larger problems that we are tackling today. Trust me, problem-solving techniques one learns and absorbs while doing such projects or assignments go a very long way in one's outlook in life, both professionally as well as personally. With this, I would move to the second theme that I thought through, and I think that is related to growth. Growth is an all-encompassing feature, and it's not necessarily a function of only financial or professional or personal growth. Thus, managing growth becomes an imperative for a well-rounded life that is desirable by one and all. One expects to witness very high amount of activity or momentum because of the thrust that will eventually push us all into more and more complexity in both our personal as well as our careers. This is not to scaremonger you, but a few things will strongly reflect in your personality as you move forward in your careers. As part of the university life, one gets exposed to failure early on in life, which is again a very important aspect one can leverage in our professional lives as well. Learn to take failures in your stride. How you deal with a failure matters more than the failure itself. I distinctly recall that it was not a cakewalk to compete with the best brains from across the country when we first stepped into the REC. All of us were at par, and there was cutthroat competition for nearly everything under the sun. It was even much worse in post-graduation or MBA because everyone on the campus had a much more well-defined purpose. On campus, one tends to ignore a failure here and there, and that is, I think, just fine. But what matters the most is that we tried. We went down, maybe, but emerged even stronger than before, with a new perspective, with new learnings that you could move forward. Very early on in university or college lives, one is able to quickly learn how to handle personal finance and become more and more conscious of controlling spending. If not, then one must strive to do that, and one must need to learn and control expenses to whatever best extent one can. In our times, we used to have the humble pocket diary to our disposal for journaling our expenses. But as Dr. Dhar again mentioned, today's tech-driven world is amazing, and there is a plethora of options that are available as smartphone apps or other similar apps or gadgets, where you can easily track how much and on what have you spent your money on. And at the end of it, it's not rocket science to learn how to handle personal finance. Therefore, I would urge each one of you as students to start investing as early as you can in your early lives of learning when you start earning. Once again, cultivating the habit of controlling, budgeting, and investing goes a very, very, very long way in life. My third theme is around the fact that the university life gives you a plethora of choices. It leaves you with an opportunity to hone your overall personality and also imbibe practice and uphold values that you can nurture for a lifetime. University life teaches you the importance of timeliness. It is an old saying that a stitch in time saves 9. One needs to be adept at handling timelines, and it is indeed a virtue in the corporate world. When you work on small projects, you have an opportunity to improve your planning and execution skills in the light of desirable outcomes. And by no means, outcomes are definitely important, but at the end, they are the byproducts of the methods, frameworks, approaches, solutions that you deploy and can think of. Absorb the skills you gain while doing such projects and assignments. Forge your own methods, identify your strengths, and demonstrate to yourself and to your mentors or to your faculty what you can achieve, and also in the ways you developed what you did to pursue your goals. And last but not the least, and perhaps the most overlooked aspect that we develop during our times in the university, and I think I did that early on, was that we develop people skills. While on campus, I was particularly involved and personally involved in several high eyeball events, which were co-curricular and extracurricular in nature, and as well as clubs that included, organizing several large-scale national events like this, NAVARACHANA. The organization and people skills that you attain on campus will again go a very long way in accomplishing your future goals. As Dr. Dhar also mentioned, team building skills, identifying and leveraging key strengths and weaknesses of individuals in a team, and networking are some of the skills that will help you to attain your respective career goals as well as your personal goals in life. When I read about SBVV, and I quote, from your vision statement, that SBVV was established with a vision to be a leader in shaping better future for mankind through quality education, training, and research. It is pursuing the mission to make a difference in sustaining the growth of global societies by developing socially responsible citizens. And this gives me goosebumps, because there's a good amount of stress on value-based education at SBVV, as it successfully promotes several core values amongst students. Another important value that we all should promote as we approach the International Women's Day on 8th March is diversity and inclusion. And I personally think the university gives you all a very, it's a very good platform, and it gives you a significant opportunity to nurture diversity and inclusion as a value and usher India into a more diverse and inclusive world order. I personally believe, and there is a lot of research that several institutions, including our own thought leadership arm, IBV, Institute for Business Value, has also conducted, that infers that the societies and economies that are more diverse and inclusive at their core will be more prosperous and peaceful in the future. In today's time, it is also imperative to build and develop environmental consciousness amongst you and your fraternity. And I think it is not rocket science to do that. Our Indian ethos have always been very supportive of the environment, but with the rapid urbanization and growth has taken a toll on it. Indore, as ma'am also pointed out, has emerged as a leader in the country on Swachhata, and rightly so. And we should all take a cue from it. And to quote our Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi, for us, protection of environment is an article of faith. We have natural resources because our previous generations protected these resources, and we must do the same for our future generations to come. With this, I would end my speech and would again like to express my heartfelt gratitude to the Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. Dhar, respected directors, other eminent members of the faculty, and my dear students. I would especially like to give my best wishes to each and every one of the participants and to all the organizers involved in NAVARACHANA 2022. May the event be a grand success. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. I'm sure your address will go a long way to inspire the young generation, our participants, as well as all of us. I'm certain that all of us present here would be greatly benefited by what you've shared. In short, you've shared about how you learned, how you grew. So it was great hearing your address. Now I would like to request Mr. Sunil Piplia, Coordinator, NAVARACHANA 2022, to propose the words of thanks.
Good morning. I, Sunil Piplia, coordinator of NAVARACHANA 2022, feel honored and privileged to get an opportunity to propose the words of thanks on this memorable occasion. 4th March is indeed a very remarkable day of this Sri Vishnu Vidyapit Vishwavidyalaya, and we are here for inauguration of a national project competition, NAVARACHANA. I, on behalf of Sri Vishnu Vidyapit Vishwavidyalaya, entire fraternity of SWV, convey deep regards and hearty thanks to Mr. Namit Agrawal for gracing the inaugural ceremony and sharing with us his vision how technology become useful in our society, and projects are nothing but an idea to solving the real world problems. I also wish to express my sincere thanks to Dr. Upinder Dhar sir, Vice Chancellor Sri Vaishnav Vidyapit Vishwavidyalaya, for his unlimited support, encouragement, guidance, and providing stimulating environment for innovation and ideas. My thanks to Professor Rupali Bhartiya, coordinator of NAVARACHANA. My deep regards and thanks to judges of all themes, sponsors, IBM, IEEE MP section, TCS, Universal Infotex, all the HOIs, HODs, and faculties of SWV. I especially thanks to committee members and volunteers who work day and night. Their support, dedication, teamwork, and untiring efforts were unmatchable. I convey thanks to all the participants and their mentors who have come from 11 different states of India to participate in this virtual competition. We hope that NAVARACHANA will provide a platform to share knowledge and expertise and critical review of this issue, leading to defined goal for our profession. Thank you all very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sunil.
With this, we've come to the end of the inaugural session of NAVARACHANA 2022. Our judgment sessions under the various themes will start at 12 noon on Google Meet links. All the participants are requested to join the link given for the respective themes. I once again thank all the dignitaries for joining us on this digital platform today for NAVARACHANA 2022. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Namit Gupta. Namit Agrawal.
Thank you so much, Dr. Sir.
We have Dr. Namit Gupta in the university. So we are used to Namit Gupta. So
That's
Dr.
perfect.
Namit Agrawal.
That's perfectly fine.
Thank you, Namit Agrawal, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, all of you.
Thank you, Rupali ma'am. It was very.
Thank you.
It was my pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you,
इसी पे
Gautam
कंटिन्यू
sir.
करना है क्या?
नहीं
हाँ,
सर,
इसी पे कंटिन्यू करना है।
सर लिंक दूसरी है,
अच्छा।
आपको व्हाट्सएप पर भेज देते हैं।
ठीक ठीक ठीक। अभी इसको छोड़ दूं?
जी सर, बिल्कुल इसको देखिए। थैंक यू सर।